Welcome to this week's edition of the Sports Scoop Coaches Show.
Special edition.
Special edition.
Yes.
Joining me is Teddy O'Hammond.
Yep, that's
and
right.
a special friend.
McGregor.
We want people to know, Ted, that last week when you kept the Blue Jay mask on, our viewership doubled. So I'm glad you're covering up the face again this week.
I'll keep this shillelagh in front of me here. What do you call this thing? Shamrock. Okay, shillelagh.
Well, we have to wrap up the boys' basketball season, Teddy.
Yeah, we do.
All our teams are done. We talked about Waterville, New Richland, and JWP last week. Waseca was the one team still alive. The Blue Jays got the state tournament, drew the third seed, Fergus Falls Otters.
Yep.
And tough start for the Jays. Fell behind 21-5, 31-12. Made a nice comeback to get within 5 at halftime. Got within 42-41 early in the second half. Fell behind again. Crept within 62-58 with about 2 minutes left. Just could never get that big basket or big stop that they needed. Ended up losing 70-63.
Still a good game.
Very good game. Fergus Falls has a nice team. Good shooters.
And the way they started the game, hit their first 7 shots, and holy cow, what a coach's dream to start out like that.
First 7 shots, and 4 of them were threes.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Puts you in a hole right away. The Jays battle. I thought, and this is probably a credit to Fergus Falls as well, Teddy, but the Jays' defense was not as strong as it has been. Fergus Falls got an awful lot of they lost us on picks, and all of a sudden there was a guy wide open underneath for an easy bucket.
You're right, it was a good team. Fergus Falls second in the state, and that's nothing to hang your head at. We lose that team, but could have gone our way. It was the Williams Arena, and what a crowd. I mean, both.
Oh, my goodness.
It was unbelievable.
I was telling Andy before the show, usually they put 2 teams on a side.
Yep.
2 towns on one side. The Jays filled up one whole side, end line to end line, and curled around behind the basket.
That's where I was.
Yep. You and Joel Hafe, huh?
Yep.
And the captain.
Yeah, and Max Hergott, and you couldn't believe all the people that came out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw more people I haven't seen in 25 years. It was unbelievable.
What a tremendous crowd for Waseca.
They said Tom Grotman, I don't know, he's a big honcho with the Minnesota State High School League, and he was talking about the second game, the game after ours. They had to put people. No, it wasn't a game after ours.
Our game, they had to put some of the next people up in the balcony, which they don't even open anymore.
They said it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
The size crowd. So it speaks well of how well the Waseca residents, they followed our team.
So the Jays finish up 20-10 for the year. And for those of you that haven't heard, Teddy announced his retirement last week. Todd Dufault told his players that he was done this year. 5 years he's coached the Blue Jays, 91-47 record. And along with assistant Monty, they're both stepping down. So they will be looking for someone new to take over the Waseca program.
Hey, there's also, let's see, there's a B squad over at Janesville too that's open. So a lot of coaching vacancies in the area.
And for anyone interested in the Waseca job, the cupboard is not bare.
Oh, no.
It's going to be tough to replace Nick Dufault, who got close to 2,000 points in his career, but you do have 3 starters back: Cole Strike, Jake Goosey, Caleb Nelson. You have Malik Willingham, who was unbelievable the last 2 games for a freshman.
It might as well be a starter.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the Waseca job will be open. Congrats to Todd and Monty and the Blue Jays, another 20-win season.
Might be Rick Pitino. There might be an opening there too coming up.
Could very well be.
Jumping the gun a little bit.
Yeah. Very well. Girls basketball, we had 2 teams left when the week started. Unbelievably, Teddy, the subsection championship, Waterville, Elysian, Morristown, Gabe Hauer's crew comes in with a 21-game winning streak. They had defeated New Richland twice during the year, by 9 and by 17, and there's the old 3 times as tough, because the NRHEG Panthers pull off a 55-52 win.
Unbelievable.
How about that?
It was great. I mean, the Wagner sisters, they get that tournament experience they've had, and I think it paid off in the playoffs. They just say, you guys, regular season, fine, but now when the money's on the line, let's see what you do.
So Gabe, who led them to a 19-9 season a year ago, the Bucks finished 25-4. Fabulous year. Had won 21 straight until that loss. Great year for the Bucks.
That might be a guy that might look at the Waseca job if he can drive down here. possibility.
The NRHEG Panthers, they were 14-12 a year ago. They finished up 23-7. They got all the way to the section finals, lost to Norwood Young America 67-56. And I was talking to Joni Conway a little Friday night, and she said Norwood is really big, tall.
Isn't this their second year in a row they've gone to state?
Okay. Second year in a row for them. So Annika Peterson and the Panther girls, great season. The Wagner twins both had 20 in that game. So all our area teams are done, even though the girls' state tourney will be coming up this week.
Okay, baby.
I did a little research, Teddy.
Yeah, oh, jeez.
Our 4 area girls team had a 71-43 record this year. Our 4 area boys teams had a 67-45 record this year. So some pretty, if you like winning basketball, there was a lot to watch in the area this year.
It's hard to believe it's over.
Yeah, it is. We just recapped the state boys tourney, just over with. Minneapolis North won Class A. Bram won Class AA.
You watched them play.
Yes, I did.
Holy cow. That was the upset when they beat St. Croix Lutheran.
Yep.
For those of you who didn't see the St. Croix Lutheran game against Bram, kid from St. Croix Lutheran went up, grabbed it, and then slammed it. Did you see that? Mm-hmm. Oh, my Lord. They had some athletic kids, and then they still didn't win the doggone thing. De La Salle won their 5th straight title in Class AAA. And last night, Hopkins won the big schools over Lakeville North. So that wrapped up. And recruiting season is now opened up for those teams. So anybody out there got some really good sons or daughters that want to go to those schools, they'll take you.
Yep. Hopkins University won the 4A title, and De La Salle Recruitment won the 3A title. So they'll be looking because they both graduate a few seniors.
That's right. March wins bring in April recruits. That's what I always say.
Briefly, Teddy, I want to talk about the officiating up there.
I don't want to bring it up.
I just personally, this is just my personal.
And you've been an official.
It is the worst officiating I've seen at a state tournament for as long as I can remember. We were talking a little beforehand. Minneapolis North, De La Salle, and Hopkins, they play similar styles. Full court pressure. They're going to go for steals. They're physical. Now tell me how Hopkins can play in a state championship game and Lakeville North shoots their first free throw of the game with 4 minutes left.
Because they play very clean ball.
There are people on the floor, and nothing was called.
Well, it's a physical game.
And not to show my prejudice at all, but Waseca had a female official as one of the 3. I'm all for female officials, but do the girls' game. She either got 1.5 miles down the court so she wouldn't get swept up, or got swept up and chased the play, blew her whistle 6 times during the game for 6 charges. Everyone was a charge because that's the call we see.
Yep.
They had a horrendous over and back call at the start of the game. Ball flicked away, called it over and back. Not saying at all that cost Waseca the game, but I watched almost every game after that on TV, and I just didn't see a well-officiated game.
If you think he's venting now, folks, you should have seen him before we went on the air.
Well, Teddy and Andy have both told me I'm just too passive on that show. I've got to express my opinions once in a while. So,
well, the charging call is the toughest call in basketball, I think. Was it a block? Was it a charge? Remember the old days when you could trade a charge for a bucket?
Yep.
So you put your knee right in the guy's chest, and you made sure that he knew that next time I'm going to do it again because I'll get another bucket out of the deal. But
and granted, officials, they see it. That's it. We get to watch 4 replays.
Right.
But I saw some on the NCAA games yesterday that, I mean, when they went back and showed the replay, the guy's still moving, and that's a charge.
And they've got that half circle in there to make sure that you're not under the basket. And then you look at it, half time the guy's feet are inside the circle or on the line, and that's supposed to be, hey, an automatic call. Then it's a block. But it's a tough call. But at the same time, it really swayed the momentum of our game against Fergus Falls. There's 2 calls, 2 crucial calls there that if they gone our way, we would have taken lead on one of them. And it was not good.
And let's face it, officials are like everybody else. Some of them have egos. And the call that everybody sees is the charge. You come out of there and point the other way, and boy, they're looking at me now.
Well, Mettler and Winslow, folks out there, for those of you old-timers, there was a couple there that the game was them. It was not the players.
Was it them?
It was the officials, and it was sad. And no offense, Dewey Mettler, I know you're still out there and you're head of whatever you are, But at the same time, you guys, you took the play away from the kids and put the spotlight on you, and that was not right.
And granted, there's a fine balance.
Yep.
But
now,
I remember Mettler and Winslow, and there would be 73 travels, 37 3 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So
Steve Swigum.
there's got to be a balance, but you can't have people on the floor and just let play continue.
No.
So,
And at the same time, have you ever heard what fans yell at officials? Why would you want to be one?
Yeah.
When you're gonna every night you get crucified by players and the fans, and you got some irate somebody somewhere when you walk off the court. It's unbelievable.
Toughest sport to officiate,
Really,
no doubt about it, because the fans think they know more about it, and they're right there.
Right on top of you.
Yeah. The girls' state tournament will be this week. We have two classes that have already seeded, Teddy. In the big schools, Hopkins and St. Michael's are 1 and 2. In 3A, Hutchinson and Winona are 1 and 2. And you remember 2 years ago, the Jays beat Winona in the semifinals. This year, Winona knocked out Casson, who had been there a couple of years in a row. So that'll be good. The other two have not seeded yet because they had games last night, or one section yet to name. But I know in Class A, we'll have Goodhue and Sleepy Eye in it, which, kind of in our area. In 3A, or 2A, that could be interesting because the Roseau Rams are there. Waseca played them during the year in a really high-scoring game. Esco is there, and get this, Teddy, Esco has a girl that is 6'9".
Oh, my God.
A center. 6'9". And, of course, Norwood Young America is there that beat NRHEG. So that'll get underway. The same format as the boys. Starts on Wednesday, runs through Saturday. And then that is it for winter sports.
Can you believe all these teams that have both boys and girls go? You got Goodhue and you got who else on the Hopkins. I mean, that's something. You got talent like that going through your school at the same time.
That is fun. Just a reminder, too, tomorrow now, softball and track and field start practice. A week from tomorrow, it's golfers and baseball players.
Actually, we start golf tomorrow.
Do ya?
Yep, we got a captain's practice. Hard to believe that in golf, but we do. We go in the gym and they put out the AstroTurf on the floor in there, and they hit wiffle balls, and we got some little putting greens in there, and we're ready to roll.
That's good. You get it out of the way this week, because next week the baseball players will be in that gym, and we aren't.
No. We aren't
going to put up with any mats.
We go at 6:45 in the morning. None of this wussy stuff you got to go after school.
How did they get you up at that time?
They don't.
Oh, Barb runs it, huh?
No, my wife gets me up, No, Barb wouldn't run it. She's getting ready to retire.
Well, moving on to the college scene. We had some good action at MSU Mankato this week. The basketball team, 22-9 for the year. They got into that Central Region tournament, as we figured they would. Opened up and played one of their better games of the year, beat Morehead State 85-81, and Morehead State had beaten them a few weeks prior to this.
And they wanted them bad.
I think they play the second-seeded team, Northwest Missouri State, today.
That's correct.
And then the championship out there is tomorrow. They're in Sioux Falls, I believe, for that region. The men's hockey team, 19-12-7 overall. They're in the WCHA playoffs right now. They defeated Lake Superior State 5-2 Friday. Last night they had 57 shots on goal and couldn't get one in the net. Lost 2-0. And in the WCHA, the first round is a best of 3. So they will play the third and deciding game tonight. If they move on, they will. If they win, they'll move on.
I think most of their fans thought they were going to just sweep them because there's only 2,000 people there on Friday night.
Yeah, and they had beaten Lake Superior State, I think the paper said 11 times in a row.
Holy crap.
So, but there you go. There's a sport. You get a hot goalie, and you can win.
You can go.
Yep. The baseball team, little disappointing Florida trip. They wanted to win them all. I remember them saying. They went 4-3 in Florida. They're 8-5 overall. They will open at home on March 22nd, so they still have about a week or so to go, and snow is forecast for Friday.
So much for this nice weather.
We will see. The softball women, 13-5. They went 9-1 down in Florida, Teddy. Great trip for them.
Maybe they're the ones that thought they're supposed to go undefeated.
Maybe. Friday and Saturday, they head down to Missouri for a tournament. And then on the March 25th is their first home game. So coming up fast.
Yep. You never asked his name today, besides McGregor.
McGregor. I thought that was it.
No, he got a last name too.
Oh, does he?
Oh, chimpanzee.
Oh, chimpanzee.
Oh, both chimpanzee. Okay.
The Golden Gusties, Teddy,
Yes.
have not started the baseball team yet. They will be Saturday and Sunday out in Yankton, South Dakota as their opener. How about that?
Everybody else is open, and geez.
And the women, they have played 4 games. I think they, in about a week, head down south. I thought an interesting little note at Gus Davis, the coach, the new baseball coach this year, is Brad Baker. And some of you old-timers will remember the name. I believe he quarterbacked St. Peter to a state championship in high school.
That's with who was it? Not Friendland. Frank Friendland, would that be?
Might have been, yeah.
Okay.
And played both baseball and football for the Gusties.
Okay.
So that'll be interesting. Keep an eye on Bradley.
You get a homegrown product like that.
Yep. Golden Gophers, Teddy.
Well, I don't know about the Golden.
Men's basketball team, it's Selection Sunday. I'll make one bold prediction. The Gophers won't get in.
NIT? I think they're going to be...
NCAA.
Well, I think the Big South Conference, the Big South Conference is talking about needing another team. Could maybe get the Gophers.
Maybe. 8-23, and all they did is open the Big Ten tournament with an 85-52 loss.
But take a look at that on the bench. Good Lord. They had, 3 guys on the bench after the start?
Well, now the big word last night was, will any of those 3 come back?
Yeah.
They said Dorsey's very unlikely. Mason's the one they want back, so you'll have to see.
Well, they're talking, there's rumors all going around about, Patino and his dad, because the dad's got problems over in Louisville, and now, he had a bad year here, and the rumor mill.
Fun.
Yep.
Women 1911, and they're sweating out Selection Sunday as well. They should be NIT for sure, but they want to get in the big show if possible.
It'd be nice for Branham to go out in the big show.
Yep. The men's hockey team, they're 19-16 for the year. They lost to Wisconsin, then beat Wisconsin. They are the regular season Big Ten champs, but the word has it that they will also have to win the conference tournament to get in the big show.
Yep.
Lucky,
sad.
Yeah. Lucky for them, though, Thursday the Big Ten tourney starts, and it is at XL, so they get basically home ice. Women's hockey team, 35-4-1. They're in the Final Four of the nation. They beat Princeton 6-2. They head out east for the Final Four on Friday and Saturday.
They're unreal.
Got a chance to win it all. The baseball team, they're out right now, I think, for a 4-game trek in Seattle. They lost the first day badly, 13-3. They're 7-4 for the year. Next Friday, they head to Utah for a series.
Hey, the weather's not nice here. Go out someplace you got snow.
You want to travel? Join the Gopher baseball team. You start out with 20 in a row on the road.
What's it? See the USA in your Chevrolet. Yeah, okay.
The softball team, 14-7, off to a good start. Just one of 3 in Florida so far. I think they head to Oklahoma next weekend for a tournament. Teddy, your Minnesota Wolves.
Only 2 things come from Oklahoma. You ever heard that thing?
No.
It's from a movie. Okay. Lou Gossett Jr. and he's only 2 things come from Oklahoma, and I won't say it on the air. Okay.
It's a family show.
Yes, it is.
The Wolves, 21-45 overall. They had a 1-2 week, but they surprised Oklahoma City on the road Friday night.
Did you see when the last time was they won there? 08. Now, 2008 is the last time they won at Oklahoma.
And Ricky Rubio hitting a 3-pointer, that's about as unlikely. So, get a win there.
Did you see that him hit the winning shot?
No.
I mean, there was no emotion whatsoever. And then afterwards, Marty Gellner was interviewing him, and he was just as cool and calm, like, I do this all the time. I'm thinking, you should be jumping up and down and doing cartwheels or something. It was fun to watch.
Monday, they'll be out in Phoenix. The Wild, up again, down again. Oh, my goodness. Now, the last I heard, 2 points out of the final playoff spot.
Yep. Well, they had a big win last night in Montreal. How do you say that?
31-27-10 overall. 1-1 week. Did defeat Montreal yesterday, 3-1. Tuesday, they will be at Ottawa.
Was it 3-1 yesterday, or was it 4-1?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
What's a goal?
Yeah.
As long as they won the game.
Might have been 4. Might have got an empty.
As long as they won the game.
And the Minnesota Twins finally, Teddy.
Yep.
5-6 for the spring. All they did yesterday was give Baltimore their first win of the spring, losing 8-1.
You know they don't count.
They don't count.
Spring games don't count at all.
Any?
Yeah. Did you see a ball going on? Okay. Yeah. He had a grand slam. Did you see that? The first inning.
Yeah.
You know they got to come up with a nickname for him because with his middle name Ho, right?
Yeah.
You could make a home run. Okay. Home Run Park. I'm working on it. Okay, I'll come up with something. But that name has got somebody's got a patent somewhere, something. But
and he's very coachable.
Well,
that's what they say. Very coachable.
And he played some first. Played some first base too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
to rest Joe from that burden.
Well, did you see what Joe's doing now?
No, what's he doing now? Oh, shades.
Yeah, they're wearing shades now. I figured that'll help him out hit the ball better. Okay. Yeah. Well, helps us announce better, right? Kinda.
Well, I'm done, Teddy.
Well, holy crap! What time is it?
Got anything?
Andy.
8 minutes.
Yeah, I got all kinds of stuff here.
We aren't on the clock, Andy. How many times do I have to tell you we aren't on the clock?
Okay. Talk about the officiating some more.
Oh no, we could. I got a song here I made up. Okay.
Well, you got 8 minutes to sing it. Go ahead.
Well, no, I don't have that much time. But when Coogie's eyes are smiling, sure it's like a morning spring. When Coogie's eyes are smiling, there's a baseball game to play. What do you think? Doesn't
that's
rhyme.
Actually I think that's the closest to a carrying a tune that I've heard you since you started. I mean, there was actually some singing in there by you.
Well, yeah. Well, that's where I got it from. I had to go on what do you call it, YouTube or whatever that thing is, because I couldn't remember how the lyrics went or anything. And when I said Kugath, I thought, geez, these people are really up to date the way they changed the lyrics just for you.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, but I was going to talk about officiating again. But then you kind of, well, no, you beat it to death.
That's all right. Go ahead.
That
was only my view. You can give yours.
You beat it to smithereens. Okay. I was going to talk about golf.
Good.
Okay. And I've been watching on TV, you know, and they got these guys like Spieth and these guys, and I was talking about the guy that's really set him up, that's really given him a lot of advice is Tiger Woods. And all you've heard lately about Tiger Woods is negative things. And these young guys are saying that he's kind of passing the game on to them. And I just think that, you know, with all those people out there, Tiger haters, I mean, when you got these young bucks coming along, McIlroy says the same thing, that Tiger gave him some good tips. So those who don't like him out there, the guy is giving back to the game. And you can't help it, somebody that gives back to the game like that. And then Peyton Manning retiring. What do you think of that? I didn't get your opinion on that.
Well, haven't you seen the report lately?
Not lately.
Peyton Manning is re-signing.
No.
With Houston, who took Osweiler from Denver.
You are kidding.
It was on the...
You hear that, Andy?
I did not hear that.
I did not. Are you serious?
That's a scoop.
You sure you're not on something?
I'll tell you, my waiter friend at Johnny Bean's for Saturday breakfast told me his buddy told him. My wife immediately went on her phone and said, here it is. Said it. Peyton Manning just doesn't want to be done yet. He's going to Houston.
You know what's sad? You remember Johnny Unitas?
Yeah.
The broken down Johnny Unitas in San Diego at the end, and he was just a mess. Why would you want to do that?
Well, but think of poor Osweiler. He probably left Denver to get away from him in case the guy didn't retire. Now he's going to come to Houston with him.
I'd feel sorry for the guy.
Yeah, that'd be hard to believe.
Osweiler reminds me of Matt Flynn. When the Packers had Matt Flynn and he went out to Oakland or wherever and signed a big contract and just bombed it. He didn't do anything. Came back to Packers crawling on his hands and knees begging to get a job back. But it's just the money today, we could go on and on about that, but the money these guys get is unbelievable.
Yeah.
And you get, what, $12 million for a has-been or a nobody and never was. It's just ridiculous. The money is just going to kill the game.
And being the golf man that you are, any talk about... Are we within a month of Lakeside opening, or?
Well, everybody around here was opening up over the weekend.
Yes.
Terraceview and Prairie Ridge and a couple other Cato courses, and we got the frost in the ground. That doesn't help. And then you got that low area with around the 14th and 15th, and then the peat out there and the driving range, and the balls just suck in. It'll be a while. But at the same time, I'm waiting for the ice to go out in the lake because that's usually when we open up. And we see the ice go out. And another thing really bugs me. We used to have this thing where we had a car on the ice, and have a raffle about what time did the car fall through the ice. Whatever happened to that thing, Andy? You're a long-time resident here.
Environmental issues.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, well, yeah. They drain the oil out of the car and stuff.
Yeah.
But still,
Oh,
I
jeez.
think they're still liquid.
I used to like that. That was kind of added to the festivity of wintertime
Well,
around
let's
here.
park your car out there.
But no, not my good one. When your pickup? I'll believe what you pick. Okay. Anything else?
That should do it.
Got one more song.
Okay, that'll
Okay.
do it for this week's show. Thanks to Ted O. Hammond.
No, I didn't get my song yet.
Well, you got to wait for the closing.
Oh,
Ted.
okay.
Thanks to Ted O. Hammond.
Yeah.
Thanks to Andy and Hudson. Thanks to you for watching. And
I got this out of the church hymnal of all things. Can you believe that? Yeah, it was Irish Blessing. Okay, and I heard Pat O'Grady sing it when his mother passed away, and I said that is really a pretty song. Okay, so this is for all you
And
Irish
it
people.
won't be pretty now, but that's all right.
You just have to go with it. But for all you people out there that do have some Irish heritage, they had the big yesterday. The clans all met over in Waseca, and they had the church services and the mulligan stew, and they showed all the people on TV. They got their family signs there. It was kind of cool.
Maddie Knoll was Miss whatever.
Yeah. They got like 15 Miss Irish something, teacups or something. But this one goes like, I remember how it goes now. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always with you. Something like that. May the sun shine. You remember how it goes?
No.
May the sunshine always shine on you, or something like that, till we meet again. I kind of butchered the people out there, but it's a neat song. Look it up in the hymnal. It's number 366 if you go to Catholic Church, okay?
Hopefully we'll see you all next week.
Bagor, 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 bagor.